Hello and welcome to Not the Evening News. What a weekend it's been. Absolutely incredible. The news, the stories that are coming out from Iran and now other places throughout the world through retaliation of what's happened in Iran. Obviously, the Muslims are not happy about it at all, not one little bit. So I know that we currently, just off the top of my head, we currently have an ongoing situation. This is breaking news, by the way, in Scotland, where a knife man has been intercepted by the police. He's then run up into a building and is currently in a building with a knife, just screaming and yelling because he's not happy about what's happened in Iran. Obviously, we have the story about the Texas guy as well, who stabbed, I think it was 14, maybe 16 people yesterday. So let's get into it anyway. Our first news story is Wide Awake Media on X, and they have posted the UN officials have warned that the United Nations faces total financial collapse as a result of non-payment of dues by member states. We face a real danger of running out of money. The UN is saying this. This is the UN saying that they may run out of money through different countries that aren't paying their way to the United Nations. It's one of those things where I think a lot of countries now have so much going on within their countries that they're just trying to sort themselves out. Other than England, other than Britain, everyone, I think a lot of countries are just sorting themselves out before they contribute to a United Nations kind of bureaucracy, non-existent kind of establishment. It's not top of the pops right now because of everything that's happened. And again, because of Iran, you're going to find a lot of countries are going to want to withhold money and keep for themselves, for their own countries, because at the moment tensions are high. Any country in the world right now that has a Muslim population could be at risk. Like I said, we've already seen Texas. Scotland is currently going through it. It's going to kick off at other places. It's just the way it is at the moment. But don't get me wrong, the Iran goings on, the fact that America are taking out the Islamic Republic in Iran is a fantastic thing. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. It's a fantastic thing. You have a Christian country that is under Islamic rule for the past 50 years, and now they're getting their freedom. It's so important that they do. Back to the story. So we have Tommy Robinson, who's posted the Edinburgh knife man has barricaded himself in a high-rise flat. Yeah, this is, as I was just talking about, there is a knife man in Edinburgh, Scotland, who is just being chased currently by the police. It remains ongoing. The incident remains ongoing, and members of the public are urged to avoid the area. I mean, can you avoid Edinburgh if you live there? Quite a few people live there. Quite a few people work there. So I don't know how possible that is to avoid that area. But maybe just be aware there is a guy in a great big grey building in Edinburgh who is being pursued by the police, and he is just he's just going nuts at the moment, bless him. But let's hope. I have heard reports as well that the people below that are watching this unfold are yelling to him, "Jump, jump!" So that's Scotland's mentality, and I'd like to think that'd be Britain's mentality as well. England's mentality as well. So fantastic to them, and I agree with them. If you're a madman running out with a knife to do people harm, and then you go up into a building, are you expecting much sympathy from people? I agree. Jump, just jump. just take your own life. And don't hurt anyone else, for God's sake. Just do it that way. Jesus. So we have Britain is Broken, who has laid a post out on X to say, in the UK, Muslims harass and threaten women with dogs because dogs are haram in Islam. The guy that's harassing this woman on video, there is a video that's going about, so if you'd like to see that video, again, visit Britain is Broken on X. And the guy that's threatening the woman with the dog says, I don't care about the camera, I will kick the dog, I will take the dog, I will put vodka in its face and kick it 10 times. Yeah, that's the mentality of people. Just because this woman has a dog, this invader wants to attack her and the dog, because it's haram, in his religion to have dogs. Why? God only knows. Well, Allah only knows, actually. And he can fuck off. But yeah, just be aware that in Muslim areas, women are people are likely to get attacked for just walking a dog. I've seen a couple of other videos as well where there was a woman that was out walking the dog. She stumbled upon a Palestine Action protest, and the police told her not to go through that area. She said, well, my house is over there, actually. And he said, no, you can't go any further. So she couldn't even go home because she had a dog. And the Palestine Action people, they don't like that. It's sickening to see. We have breaking news again from an Iran Spectator on X, who has posted new Supreme Leader Ayatollah Arafi has been killed in an airstrike. Woo! Yeah! Well done. Cheer to America. An applause for Israel. We are loving that. They keep putting these new supreme leaders in charge in Iran, and they just keep falling like dominoes. I believe they've gone through like 3 this weekend, including today will be 3 supreme leaders or prime ministers, presidents, however you want to interpret that. They call them supreme leaders. They've gone through 3 of this weekend that I know about. But it's one of those things where, because of Islam, because it teaches you, it instructs you to hold on to a nation, to hold on to territory, to basically kill or terrorize infidels, which is non-believers. They will just keep stepping up and saying, yep, I'll be the new supreme leader. The good thing at the minute is that you've got the American army there, you've got the Israeli army there, that are just saying, excellent. Next time you have instate another supreme leader, we'll just take him out. Brilliant. And they're doing it. It's fantastic. It's such good news. I really hope the Iranian people soon storm their houses of parliament, their parliamentary buildings, and fight for democracy, which is what they deserve. They are a Christian country. So let's hope they're free as soon as possible. We have GB News, who has put a story out there saying the FTSE and pound plummet immediately at market opening as Middle East conflict ripples through Britain. Yep, we all expected this. Again, this comes back to the United Nations. Like I was saying, there are a lot of countries, because their FTSE, because their currencies are now going to be dropping because of the tensions in the Middle East, etc., etc. They're going to want to hold on to their money. So the UN, back to that, I don't think they're going to be getting a lot of support anytime soon. And as for Britain, as for GB News, this story, the FTSE 100 plummeted by 0.9% points, which is 10,810.50. just minutes after opening at 8 a.m. Okay, let's see what it says about the pound. So as of 8:14 a.m., the pound was also down 0.94% to £1.33 against the dollar. I mean, that's not too bad actually. I can remember times where it's been £1.20, I think is the lowest that I've seen it in my life. So 13 pence still above that. Okay, fair enough. But again, it's the damage that is potential to happen. What the fuck is this? The news? Yes, it's the news. Yes. Yeah. So it's likely to drop further throughout the day because of the tensions in the Middle East, unfortunately. So just be aware of that. If you're going on holiday to America soon or anything like that, you might want to buy some dollars quickly before they drop before the pound drops in value, because obviously you'll get more dollars. We have the Daily Mail on Stop Western Jew Worship. Jim Smith, go fuck yourself. How about that? You go fuck yourself. Good stuff. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Jim Smith. We have the Daily Mail, who has put out a story on X to say police make arrest after attempted kidnap of 18-year-old girl who was followed by man off a bus. So again, these invaders, they just don't give a shit. They know the country's weak. They know that the Prime Minister, the government, the police, the court services, the CPS, Crown Prosecution Services, they know they are all weak. So they do not give a crap. They will just live their life exactly as they want to. Anything is for the taking. Unfortunately, this is the situation we're stuck in until we can get some deportations going, which I know we are all very excited about. Jim Smith is fucking twat right now. He put, I can tell by the nose. I'm not Jewish. I've been on a VR headset. That's why, yeah. I'm not Jewish, and and he's put I love migrants. Yeah, go to Gorton and Denton. Go on, lad. Go and live there. Let's see how that works out for you. Good luck and goodbye. Fuck off. We have Concerned Citizen on X, who has put a post out with a video that says, meanwhile in London, my apologies to you. I don't care. No, fuck off. Jim Smith, fuck off. Concerned Citizen says, meanwhile in London, Pakistani men attack a car carrying the Iranian flag. This is London now. Yeah, so there's a video with this. Again, if you want to view it, it is on Concerned Citizen on X is the platform and the name of the account. And there is a video of just a load of Muslim men, an estimate, I would say, between 20 and 30 of them. A car drives past with the Iranian flag out. Obviously, they're celebrating because of what's happening in Iran. And the Muslim lads just set upon them, start attacking the car. They do drive away in this instance, but there are plenty of instances where obviously people can't drive away, or they snatch the keys out of the window, etc. Okay, we have London and UK Street News on X have said that there are reports of a policeman attacked with an axe on a Bermondsey estate earlier today. So again, I'm not gonna fabricate or say, yes, I do watch the Node Project, by the way. Good lad. Who's that? Up the toffees. Good lad. 539. Good lad. I do watch the Node Project and I have joined it. Good stuff. So there are reports of a policeman attacked with an axe on a Bermondsey estate earlier today. Again, we're going to see a lot of these attacks going on for the indefinite future, really. Again, the Muslims are really not going to be happy about losing Iran. They're just not going to be happy about that at all. Obviously, I've been talking a lot today due to the fact that I've just come off of VR. So obviously I was talking on that video. Now I'm talking on this video. It messes with your throat, honestly. Try talking for like 3 hours straight. It hurts after a while. Okay, we have David Collier on X, who has said, some say they are worried about the future Islamist control of the UK. Future? Question mark, look around, exclamation mark. Our government won't even say it supports the US strikes on Iran out of fear of losing Muslim votes. That is a Islamist control of our nation's foreign policy. Right here, right now. Yeah, and he's absolutely right. David Collier, you have nailed that perfectly. If our government, who is supposed to represent us, British people, in a Christian nation, and yet they won't even join an attack against Islamists in another country. Absolutely incredible. Keir Starmer even went as far as to ban the United States, Donald Trump, from using our bases here in England to fly planes out of to attack Iran. How scummy is that? How weak is that as a leader? Keir Starmer is an absolute joke. In fact, he's further than that. He is a traitor. He really is. He's going against America. He's going against our allies. He's going against Israel. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And it'll be in the history books now that we did not contribute, we did not step up, we did not help when it came, pardon me, when it came to freeing Iran. That will be in the history books forever now, and we are going to have to explain that forever as British people. Why didn't we step in? Well, you know. We had a weak leader at the time. But again, you're going to have this if Zach Polanski gets in, because We Got It Back on X has posted Zach Polanski photo that says he has called for the UK to end our special relationship with the US over Iranian strikes. There you go. Once again, so Zach Polanski, if he gets into power, in the Green Party, if they get into power, he wants to end the special relationship with the United States of America. That would be absolutely catastrophic for everyone besides America, really. Yeah, because you'll find that not only would America just say, okay, well, we're not going to protect you anymore because we do rely on them for protection. We're a very small island. We have an even smaller military, and let's face it, morale within our military at the moment is at an all-time low because no one wants to fight for this wanker that we have in power, Keir Starmer. And up the toffees, yes, I agree with you. Starmer is the most embarrassing Prime Minister ever. He's also officially the lowest rated, the lowest polling Prime Minister ever. His improvement rating is now at minus 49%. That is the lowest since records began. Even that was it the Mexican guy? I can't remember his name, that Trump went and kidnapped. Even he had a minus rating of minus 20. So even that guy who was holding his own country he was holding them under his own rule, even though he wasn't voted in. So he was a dictator, and even he had a higher approval rating than Keir Starmer. Work that one out. How is Keir Starmer just not being dragged out of office right now, as he should be? And like I said, Zach Polanski with the Green Party will be even worse. That will be so much worse. We have Norman Brennan on X, who has said breaking news. I do believe this is a post from yesterday, so it's not breaking news. A security guard has been stabbed to death at a shopping outlet in Milton Keynes. A 50-year-old man arrested on suspicion of the murder. So a guy has been murdered in Milton Keynes. and the 50-year-old guy has been arrested, but they haven't given any description of the guy whatsoever. Now, take what you will from that. I know how I always feel about that. And when they don't give a description of a 50-year-old man that stabbed somebody to death, when they don't give a name or anything like that, usually it's because they're an invader. That's basically what it is. We have Dr. Malouf, spelt Maalouf, on X, who has said within the last 48 hours, the Islamic regime, Iran obviously, have now bombed 11 countries, which is Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, Jordan, Oman, and Palestine. They have all been bombed by Iran since Trump has been attacking them. And the reason for this is that the Iranian power that are still in charge, the Islamic regime in Iran, they are just flailing about like a fish. They are trying to save themselves, but it's a futile attempt. It's not going to work. They are over. But what they're trying to do is they're just using probably the last of their missiles and things like that. Just attack anyone. You know, we're not going to be in power next week anyway. So, you know, let's just use what weapons we have. Let's just attack anyone that we see as infidels, as traitors, and do it that way. They've got nothing to lose because, like I said, they're at the end of their rope. They're at the end of their reign, basically. They will have no comeuppance, no repercussions for this whatsoever because they'll be out of power next week. So it doesn't really matter to them. But obviously it does matter to other countries that are now being attacked. We have Lee, 1 second. Still playing. We have Lee Nallingham on X, who has posted, UK government has just signed off £1.7 million for a climate investment to fund in Pakistan. You read that right. £1.7 million of your money. Because remember, the government doesn't have any money. They have your tax money. That's where they get all the money from. So when the government says we'll fund this, we'll do that, we'll do this, they're not doing it out of their own money. They're doing it out of your money. So they've just sent 1.7 million to Pakistan for an investment in climate. Yeah, I'm sure British people are more than happy to pay for that, aren't they? Wankers. So at a time where you are paying record high taxes, our streets feel increasingly lawless, our borders are still wide open, and the public sector can't even produce audited accounts. Let's not mention the potholes that aren't being filled in. Let's not mention Birmingham, which is absolutely ravaged by shit right now. Just rubbish everywhere, trash everywhere, whatever you want to call it. It's all over the show, and yet we're still sending money to Pakistan. Make it make sense. I know I can't. It's absolutely ridiculous. But once again, we do have a traitor in power. So I wouldn't really expect anything less from Keir Starmer, the traitor, the wanker, the rent boy nonce fucker. It's so true. It's so true. He is a nonce. Keir Starmer absolutely, definitely likes the young boys. We have Naya Berg on X, who has said the regime in Iran has now confessed that the IRGC mistakenly bombed an Iranian school yesterday, killing many children. To all the legacy media and pro-regime influencers who peddled your fake news, retract and delete. So let's look at this. There's a couple of pictures posted, and one does say that they made a mistake and bombed a school by accident. And there is... school. Oh, and there are people in England saying that that it's Israel, that it's America that has bombed this school. It wasn't. It was Iran that bombed their own school by mistake. They've also bombed their own tanker, I believe it was. How funny is that? You know, they're sending all these missiles out just willy-nilly, and they bomb one of their own tankers. They bomb one of their own ships. Absolute morons. But like I said, they're going to be falling soon, so it doesn't matter. They're going to have no repercussions about this whatsoever. Okay, let's go to GB News now. Who has been urged? This is GB News. They put out a story saying Keir Starmer has been urged to crack down on Iranian propaganda network operating across Britain. Again, imagine that. We have Iranian propaganda networks in Britain. We have Qatar news channels in Britain now. How insane is that? Now, as a 40-year-old man, I just never thought I would see, Pakistani TV in Britain, Iraqi TV in Britain, Qatar TV in Britain, anything like that. I never thought we'd have a Prime Minister that is willing to stick up for Muslims than he is his own British people and allied countries as well. He's more than happy to go behind our allied countries' backs to appease Muslims. Absolutely disgusting, this Keir Starmer, this Prime Minister. I've already mentioned that. We have London UK Street News on X, and they have posted last night at the British Awards, streamer Angry Ginge said London is a shithole. Brit Awards moved from Manchester to Manchester from London. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment 100%. London is 100% a shithole. If you don't realise that by now, you've definitely got problems. You should definitely seek help, because it 100% is just a shithole. And London's, mind you, all of our cities are the kind of places now where crime just goes unpunished. Crime just is rife throughout Britain now, throughout any city in Britain anyway. And there's no repercussions for it whatsoever. It's just, it happens, and then people just seem to sort of go, okay, well, that happened. It is what it is. But again, it is coming to the countryside though. I know of several honesty boxes in my area that have been ransacked, that have been stolen, that have been robbed. And all it does is it takes... it takes a high trust society down to a low trust society. Honesty boxes, you get those own old phone boxes that have now been made into libraries and stuff, because obviously no one uses a phone box anymore. Everyone has a mobile phone. Say bottle of water. Yeah, I know I say it a little bit funny. Say bottle of water. Yeah, bottle of water. There you go. So all it will do, the effects of that will be what's happening now. It's taking Britain from a high trust society to a low trust society. You won't get any nice novelties anymore. Libraries that have been made out of post boxes, honesty boxes in the country. Again, if you're not used to the country, what happens is a lot of people, a lot of farmers in particular, they will put produce out on like a table or in a little shed, and then they'll put the prices of different things, eggs, I don't know, like some ham or something like that, wheat, logs for firewood and things like that. And then what you do is you just go into the shed, take what you want, and then you put money into a little safe that they have, like a little metal box, and you just serve yourself basically. But they're going to be disappearing from Britain because obviously we're becoming a low trust society. It's one of those things. It's sad. It's very sad, but it is what it is. So we have 2CTV, who has said the IRGC Navy has hit their own vessel in the Persian Gulf. Again, they don't care. They're just willing to let rockets go off, and they're willing to bomb any country at the moment because there's no repercussions for them. But do know that they are hitting themselves. They've hit their own school, they've hit their own ships. I believe they've hit their own mine, oil field as well at some point. So they're just going crazy basically. We Got It Back on X has said the UK's national terrorism threat level is currently at substantial, meaning an attack is likely. Be careful out there, guys. Yeah, like I said, you've got attacks going on in Scotland, in America, in different places. So just be vigilant at the moment, because there is every chance, no matter where you are in Britain, there is a chance that a Muslim around that area is going to be really not happy about what's happening in Iran and decide to get a bit stabby stab with a knifey knife. What can you do? Okay, so just be vigilant out there, people. Try and stay safe, or get a job where you work from home and just stay home, or just say you're stressed about going outside and do it that way. There's one behind your curtains from It's Not a Real 47. It's Not Real 47. There's one behind your curtains. Good on them. Excellent. I hope to have a fight with them as soon as possible. Do you know what? I genuinely love that. I really would. GB News has put out a story saying strikes narrowly miss British troops in Bahrain, and missiles fired at Cyprus as Iran hits back. Like I said, they are firing every which way at the moment. They do not care. They are just going to go crazy until they're taken out of power, which I don't know how long that's going to take. It could happen 20 seconds from now. It could happen a week from now. Who knows? It's we need to know if they're actually going to surrender at all, or if they're going to just keep fighting. It's you just don't know, and you can't sort of comment at the minute on what's going to happen because nobody knows. My phone's having a little freak out at the minute, so let's see what that's doing. Okay, we have Britain is broken on X, who has said Muslims have stormed the US consulate in Pakistan and killed 6 people. Killed 6 people, injuring a further 8 people. Welcome to World War III, apparently. That would be a very short war. The reason I say that is because I have seen another video of this. Yes, Muslims did storm the US consulate in Pakistan, but what they didn't realize is that those Americans had guns, and I believe there was a couple of Marines in there, and they just opened fire. Why not? If the Pakistanis want to attack Americans, go ahead, America, just open fire. Just do what you need to do. They are in a war situation now, so it's not like there's going to be any comeuppance from that, any consequences of their actions, because it's necessary. If you've got 100 guys coming at you and you've got a gun, pew, pew, take out a couple of them, hopefully the rest will run away. It's what you do. It's how it happens. We have Britain is broken again. Britain is broken is doing very well. The UK government is considering raising the terror attack level again. Well, you know, I just don't see. I don't understand anything that Keir Starmer does. I genuinely don't. He doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There's nothing he can do now that would appease me, to be honest. He could stand in front of me and say, here's £10,000, and I'd still just call him a cunt. I hate the bloke. There's nothing that he could do to redeem himself at all. We have Wall Street Apes on X, who has posted two videos. The left-hand side video is of Venezuela protest in New York City. The right-hand video is of a hands-off Iran protest in New York City. Exactly the same signs, exactly the same chants, and all they've done is changed hands off Venezuela for hands off Iran, or vice versa. So these are clearly all paid protesters. All the signs are exactly the same, everything. They don't care what they are protesting. They just want to be out there protesting. Absolutely disgusting. Absolute joke. They don't really stand for anything, do they? They're just out there waving their little signs about. It's like the stand up to racism and pro-Palestine marches we get here in England. It's just that they don't actually really believe what they're saying 90% of the time. They are just paid to be there. And you genuinely ought to see the enthusiasm of some of them. I've seen somewhere guys just stood there with a sign like that, and he's just looking on his phone. And he's not shouting anything out. He's not, getting riled up or anything like that. Literally just stood there with a sign, looking at his phone. Why? Because he doesn't care. He doesn't actually believe what the sign says. He doesn't actually believe what he's protesting for. He's just been paid to be there. Fucking hilarious. So we have Seeing is Believing has posted on X to say what is happening in Ireland. To see young Irish boy chased by a gang of Africans on the streets of Ireland and then beaten. Wow, that's incredible. So there is a video. If you want to see it, go to Seeing is Believing on X and take a look. There is just a white kid that's just chased throughout a town, a little suburban town by the looks of it, and then he's just beaten up. Why? Because he's white. That's why. It happens far too often now. If you have any white kids, toughen them up. Get them in karate lessons or something like that, and really get them going. Connor Webb 67. Okay, I don't know what these little symbols are or anything, but thanks, I guess. I don't know. We have Gunther Eagleman TM, who has posted again 2 videos and says make it make sense. So you have Iranian women celebrating their freedom in Iran. So again, this is why getting the Islamic regime out of power in Iran is a good thing, because obviously women there in particular, they don't have to live under Sharia law anymore. They don't have to wear a burqa, they don't have to wear hijab, they can play music, they can sing out on the street, they can talk out on the street, they don't have to walk 5 paces behind their husband or their partner or anything like that. They're free, okay? And they're using that freedom now, and they are loving it, absolutely. On the other side, you have American women protesting it. So again, if you're a person that's protesting this war and what's going on in Iran at the moment, you are protesting against the Iranian people's freedom. Okay, make that make sense. So just to clarify, you've got Iranian women celebrating their freedom in Iran, but you've also got American women protesting the Iranian women's freedom in Iran. It's like the American women again. You don't want freedom? No freedom for you. You don't want it. No, just go back home. That's what you should do. Yeah, make it make sense. Make it make sense. But it's the same here in Britain. Again, like I said, we have these protests and everything going on, and it's sad to see. And not 90% of the time, they either don't realise or they're just paid to be there protesting. Because again, who would protest that? Who would protest against people getting their freedom? Apparently those people. That's who. Okay, that's been deleted, unfortunately. We have Susan Hall AM, who has posted on X to say, was Carol Vorderman not sufficiently embarrassed about her fawning over Labour and how they were the answer to everything we need? So irrelevant, but she is off again. I'm amazed she hasn't aligned herself now with the far left Greens. So this is Carol Vorderman once again going for tactical voting. She's released a video to say, let's get tactical voting going to stop reform, because she just hates reform. Carol Vorderman was one of the people that really championed Labour Party before they got into power, and look how that turned out. So if you're thinking, oh, listen to Carol Vorderman again, and then you vote Greens or your party or Labour or even Conservatives, you're going to be let down once again, as you were by Labour. It looks like we have Connor Webb 67 spamming the chat on YouTube. Connor, just so you know, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Keep doing it. It means nothing to me. So that's that story. Let's go to the next one. We have it's just loading, people, just loading. Still loading. Wow. So we have breaking. It has been revealed that Keir Starmer knew nothing about the Israeli and Americans' joint operation in Iran. Yeah, again, it's because he's such a traitor. Why would anyone tell him? It used to be that Britain and America would work in correlation with each other, and so if America was going to bomb somewhere, if Britain was going to bomb somewhere, they'd let each other know. Not anymore, no, because why would you tell Keir Starmer you're going to do something? He is just an absolute failure of a man, and he is a traitor to Britain and America. So I absolutely do not blame Donald Trump for saying don't tell him at all, just keep him in the dark. So we have Tony on X, who has said that he has a current concern that Iran has sleeper cells all over the world. How many of those are currently sat in our hotels and HMOs? And is this the moment that triggers them? Yep, again, that is a concern for me too there, Tony. And it would appear that a couple of them at least have been activated. Like I said, there is the ongoing situation in Scotland right now, and the situation in Texas, I believe it was, with the guy that stabbed a number of people wearing a jumper, hoodie that said, what was it? Praise Allah or something along those lines, or Prophet of Allah, or yeah, it was something like that. But anyway, that is the mentality of these people. So really be vigilant at the moment, Tony. And honestly, good luck to you, mate. If you live in a city, see if you can get away from the city for a couple of weeks, just until things die down. Being in a city in Britain or anywhere in Europe right now, not a great idea. We have Based and Bougie on X, who has said, I'm really torn with Britain involving themselves with Iran. On the one hand, the West has always been the beacon of protecting countries from extremist ideologies that can easily spread to the West if we are not careful. They already have spread to the West, by the way. We have them here. But on the other hand, most of us do not care to live through a war, and we all know the war means more propaganda campaigning for asylum seekers to migrate to the UK, which again can easily shift the demographic, cultural and religious makeup of our country. Yep, those are two very good points there, Base and Bougie. I agree with you. The only thing I would say is that throughout history, Britain has always been on the side, it's always had a good moral compass, and we have as a Team Yeshua on the YouTube live chat has asked Connor, are you okay, mate? Thanks for asking. I don't care enough about him, to be honest, Team Yusha, yo matey, someone has filled your chat with racist slurs. I don't care. I genuinely don't. If that's what he wants to do, then go at it. It's fine for him. Doesn't bother me. I'm gonna do my stuff, my shit anyway, But yeah, I do see Based and Bougie's point. Personally, I would have joined the attack. I have a moral compass the same as anyone else, and freeing the Iranian people is absolutely the right thing to do, especially as you've got Israel and the United States of America that are going in there to do it too. I would have absolutely gotten on board with them, and I think we should get on board with them. Well, it's too late now, really, to get on board with them. So we've missed our opportunity. Like I said, Keir Starmer is a traitor and useless. He's weak. So yeah, we'll have to just put this down in history books as just a time that we lost our moral compass because of our treacherous Prime Minister. We have Taya, who has said on X, two-tier justice in the UK. We have two people side by side. One is a working class man given 30 months jail for pointing and shouting at police. I would like to point out that he is white. That's the important thing there. And then we have another man right next to him who is a Muslim man, and he receives no jail time whatsoever, nothing, for raping a 13-year-old girl. So if you point and shout at police, 30 months in prison. If you rape a 13-year-old girl, no jail time whatsoever, nothing. Could it be something to do with skin colour and nationality and ideology? I would say it is, absolutely. White man go to jail, Muslim man stay out on the streets. That's what that looks like to me, regardless of what crime it is. If you're white, they want you in jail. If you're Muslim, they want you out on the streets, harassing people, particularly women. It just is what it is in Britain right now. So depressing. My computer's just loading for a moment. We have Basil the Great on X, who has said, Rupert Lowe says the UK should stay out of foreign wars. No, I absolutely disagree with that. The reason that I've added this is because I want to get it through to people that that's okay. Sean B5R2K. Hi mate, Broken Britain, I absolutely agree. It's the Muslim Brotherhood man from Team Yeshua, Britain's Muslim Association. Yep, I agree with you. Yeah, it really is. But the reason that I wanted to put this post in my segment is because Rupert Lowe saying that we should stay out of foreign wars at the moment and that we shouldn't help with Iran. I absolutely disagree with that. But but that doesn't mean that I'm going to disown Rupert Lowe and cancel my membership to his party and things like that. It doesn't mean that I'm now politically homeless. It doesn't mean that. I can agree with everything else Rupert Lowe says and disagree with him on some things. That's absolutely fine. I see so many people online now who, if they don't agree with absolutely everything, whether it be Rupert Lowe, Nigel Farage, Zach Polanski, whoever, you don't have to follow that person to the letter. You don't have to agree with everything they say, absolutely everything that they put out there. It's okay to have a political party that you say, okay, this most aligns with my beliefs, but I don't necessarily agree with 100% of everything that's going on in that party. It's absolutely fine. So these people that are jumping between Reform, UKIP, Restore Britain, Advance, stop jumping about, okay? They're going to say things that you're not going to like. It just happens. No two people are going to have the exact same outcome on things, the exact same opinions on all these things, especially when it comes to politics and things like that. Man, my throat is really gravelly. Really gravelly. Music still going on. I'm impressed that's still going today. Okay, we have Deport Foreign Criminals on X, who has said Britain's worst rape excuse. I didn't know she was 6 years old. I would never have touched a child that age. My religion forbids it. She looked at least 9 to me. Guess the religion, guess the nationality. This is a guy who raped a 6-year-old and said she didn't look 6, she looked 9, and he thought 9 would be an appropriate age to sleep with a girl. Absolutely vile, disgusting piece of shit. And this is a man in St. Albans. So just a piece of shit in that area. If you live there, keep an eye out for him. And if you'd like to go and have a look at that post, again, visit Deport Foreign Criminals on X. There is a picture put up there. We have Young Bob. I like Young Bob. So we have Young Bob. Police intentionally lie and attempt to protect the pro-IRGC Islamic protesters. Yep, we all know they do this. It's not really a surprise. Young Bob says, throughout the protest, we saw chants like calling for Antifa, death to the IDF. However, the police intentionally tried to arrest me for breach of peace. Two-tier policing once again. Yep, no different from the post that we had before with the guys. White guy goes to prison for shouting and swearing, whatever it was, at a police officer, and then you've got a Muslim man that just gets off of raping a 13-year-old, I believe it was. Absolutely disgusting. And it's exactly the same when you're out on protests. I've been to quite a few protests myself now. And it is exactly the same when you're out protesting and you see the left, the police will protect them and they will face you as well. They won't face the lefties, they'll face you, even though the lefties are usually the ones antagonizing people and they're usually the aggressors to an extent. But I think we should get rid of all of that. Anyway, I think it's not going to be long before we just have violent protests. Everyone says, oh, we're going to have a peaceful protest. We're going to a peaceful protest. I think the time for peaceful protests is very quickly coming to an end. I'm not inciting anything, and I'm not saying that I'm going to do anything. I'm just saying that, I agree. Civil war, unfortunately, mate. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, Team Yeshia. I absolutely agree with that. I believe that there will be a civil war in Britain because of everything that's going on, because of the government's lack of policy and protection for the native Brits, the taxation, the rises. It's all going to culminate. It's all going to gather in people's minds, and they are just going to lose their shit. And I believe that's going to happen fairly quickly, possibly in 2026, I think. Let's find out together. Right, we are coming up to the hour mark, so I'm going to have to call it a day there. I'll tell you what, I'll get one more story in before I go. Okay, let's take this one. This one's a goodie, a good goodie. We have the British Patriot on X, who has said the UK government is making its last desperate attempt to shut down Labour25.com. So if you have nothing to do after this stream, go and take a look at Labour25.com. And this is a list that exposes every convicted paedophile tied to the Labour Party. So go and take a look at that after this video. Go and find out how noncy your current government is in Britain. It is absolutely depressing. It's insulting. It's absolutely deplorable. There is no redeeming factors with the Labour Party. They are a bunch of nonsense. But have a good rest of the day. Go and take a look at that if you'd like to. And I will see you Wednesday at 12:30 for the next episode of Not the Evening News. If you'd like to follow my other channel as well, feel free to, and I will see you on that tomorrow at roughly the same time for my VR gaming. Have a good day, everyone.